Ambient Drones. Today we're going to ask the question, how many synthesizers do you need? Hi, I'm Pure Ambient Drone. This is my channel where I vlog about synthesizers. Woohoo! Look at these beauties back here. I love synthesizers. Hit the subscribe button, tap the bell, keep up with all of my synth adventures because I would love to have you here along for the ride. PureAmbientDrone.com is the place to be if you want to connect with me. I am right now selling my new CD, Stranger 80s Things, at PureAmbientDrone.com, and it is available for a limited time as of this video. I don't know if I'll be getting any more of these. They are professionally made and printed CDs of my latest release, Stranger 80s Things. PureAmbientDrone.com is where you can get a copy while I still have some of these left. Okay, synthesizers. You know what? I was trying to count my collection the other day, and I came up with about 15 synthesizers that I know I have. I know, isn't that sad? I've got them in my other living room because I have two living rooms here in the house. I've got them in my little kitchenette area because I have two little kitchen areas. Well, I have a regular kitchen area and then a little kitchenette area. I've got them in my studio, and I even have them in the mail coming. I got two synthesizers coming as I speak right now. I love synthesizers, and you know, I had made a commitment long ago to do what I love to do, and that is synthesis. That doesn't make me the best, okay? It doesn't make me so great that I'm above everyone else because I have this stuff. No, but I think it makes me dedicated, and I think it makes me a little addicted, okay? But I like to do a lot of different type of music. I don't like to just stick in one genre. And that's kind of strange because my name is Pure Ambient Drone. And I kind of picked that name when I was in a time in my life where I wanted to do something that was a little more mellow. And over the years, my music has evolved. So my studio has evolved. And so there's a question, and I was talking about this with a friend of mine, and we talk a lot. We actually do talk a lot, but we talk with each other a lot as well. And one of the things that we discuss is the addiction of synthesizers. Synthesizers are highly addictive to synth drones, people like you and I. You're watching this video probably because you have some kind of a love for synthesizers, some kind of interest. That doesn't mean everyone watching this is addicted to buying synthesizers and whatnot. I don't think I'm really addicted to the buying of synthesizers, but I'm certainly addicted to the interaction with synthesizers. And you would think that with 15 synthesizers in my household that I would not be bored, but I don't get bored of them. I actually spend a lot of time with almost all of my synthesizers every day. The question though is how do you know when you have too many synthesizers? Well, there are some signs that a person has too many synthesizers. I won't be able to list every single one of them, and that's why we have comments below. So if I miss something, please feel free to leave a comment and include what I missed or what you think I missed and what pertains to you or other people you know. But I think one of the signs of having too many synthesizers is just basically being broke all the time, having no money because you're buying synthesizers. Bills aren't being paid would be another sign, and kind of coincides with that first sign. If you're having money problems because of synthesizers, you have too many of them, and it's probably going to be time to sell one or two of them or all of them in order to get your finances in line with your habit, okay? I think another thing is you look around and you have multiple copies of the same synthesizer when you only really need one. I'm not talking about chaining synthesizers together because you want a more polyphonic capabilities. And, you know, like you could take some of the Behringer modules and put them together and you can get some polyphonic sounds out of those. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, owning multiple copies of a synthesizer, and you don't really need them. You only need one. Unless that one is so special, you have it as a backup. That doesn't count, okay? Um, I think shopping for synthesizers constantly when you haven't used what you already got. You've got synthesizers backed up that you haven't even played or used. That is a sign you have too many synthesizers. You're overwhelmed all the time. You're not getting anything done. You're not being productive. That could be a sign that you have too many synthesizers. The list can go on and on and on and on. But I think that the biggest thing for me is when I look around my room, if I see something that overlaps sound wise, sometimes that disturbs me, and I want to get rid of one of the synthesizers that is overlapping with another one, and I have to pick between one of my babies. So recently, I sold the OB6 keyboard that I had. There's an empty space back here. And you might be wondering, why did I do that? Well, I did it because I have the Pro 2, which has the same filter as the OB6, along with the same filter as the P6. And I thought that I could do without the OB6 and use this space for something else that happens to be on its way. And that's why I made that decision. And then there was another factor. The UBXA is on its way. And of course, it has been delayed from what I understand. Yuli said that the UBXA has been delayed. And so I don't know what that means. Are we going to see it in 2020? I don't know. But at that time, I was uninformed of such a delay. And I decided, you know what, when the UBXA comes along, that's going to be close enough for the OB6 for me, if I still want that in my studio. Because I'm really interested in the UBXA. And yeah, I'm pretty hyped up about that one. So yeah, if you've got a lot of synthesizers that are overlapping in sound, you may not need as many as you have, and you could probably start slimming down a little bit. But synthesizer gear, it's a real thing when we're talking about addictions. Addictions are very powerful things in the life of people. And you can be addicted to sodas, especially caffeinated sodas, caffeinated drinks. You can be addicted to drugs. You can be addicted to just about anything, gambling, cigarette smoking, or tobacco use, I should say. I will admit that I have struggled with gear addiction in the past. And I don't think anyone who is dedicated to this field, okay, can get into it unscathed by the gear bug, for lack of a better term. I find myself shopping on eBay, reverb.com, and then Zounds. And I'm always wanting to know what the latest thing that's coming out is going to be. I don't want to sell anything, but sometimes I have to because money doesn't grow on trees. I've been looking in my backyard at our trees, and there's no money growing out there, unfortunately. So money's got to flow in some way or another to afford this addiction, if you will. But I am proud to say that I have been a little bit more pickier about my synthesizers of late than ever before. I used to just want to get my hands on any synthesizer I seen. And I still want that, don't get me wrong. But I have more control over that now. And I am making a lot better decisions now than I used to make. And I'm pretty proud of myself for that. And I do produce music. I do produce tracks. In fact, every single day I make something with my synthesizers, and I work hard at what I do. So when I'm talking about this as an addiction, this can be a useful addiction for many people who are dealing with other issues in their life, and synthesizers is their escape. And there are worse things to be addicted to that will also take your money and will take your health, among other things that you could be addicted to. So synthesizers and being addicted to them isn't the worst things you could be addicted to. And that's my take on it. If I was just buying these synthesizers and never using them for anything, just letting them sit around as furniture, it would be my money and that would be my prerogative. I mean, I could do that if I wanted to, but I would really have to question if I was doing the right thing. I lived in a small town about 20 years ago, and there was a very, very wealthy man down there. I never met him, but everybody knew of him. He had bought an old grocery store building that had gone out of business and gutted the entire inside of it and parked antique cars in it, rare antique cars. And he redid the whole front end with special glass, so you just couldn't like break in and get in very easily. In other words, he spent a lot of money on this building. And he never opened it to the public. You would just drive down the street, you would look at this old grocery store, and you would see these cars in this building. And it was never opened. You could never go inside. You could stop in the parking lot and look through the window. And I never understood that. But the person who owned those cars wanted them, and he had the means to afford them. And this is where he wanted to place them. And that was his prerogative. That was his right. That was his thing that made him happy. And I don't think anybody got hurt with him doing that. So as long as nobody's getting hurt with your synth collection, with your desire to own them and owning them, I think you'll be okay. I surely know that nobody's getting hurt with what I am doing, and that's great. In fact, there are a lot of benefits in my life because of synthesizers. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have my synthesizers. They are a therapy for me. But what are they to you? Are they an addiction? Are they a burden? Are they a blessing? Are they a therapy? Are they a combination of all the things I just mentioned? Let us know in the comments below. Let's have a civilized conversation about this. I'm interested in knowing what you guys think about this topic. In the meantime, I'm Pure Ambient Drone. Don't forget, I got copies of this, limited copies of this, pureambientdrone.com. Until next time, keep calm and synth on.